Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
A gunslinger. Oh, they're going to tell stories about you from here to Hephaestus. Someone with a talent for exploiting insecurities. A physician? Not many of you left.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down to 90%. Skip drive.
Shit.
Inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go. been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange for my... Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw him. Then my gun misfired. Right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those gibbering, fleshy... Some hull had grounded their spacecraft. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now... Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you... Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not...
What just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
here before you get yourself killed. Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale with... I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at You know what? You're right.
Here we go.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada. Please be informed that I am authorized to... Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will... Jettison procedures initiated. Disengage in airlocks. Prepare to eject all of you are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been... This vessel is the registered property. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated... I understand. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Well done, Captain Hawthorne. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive. What can I do for you, Captain? Goodbye. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain. Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died. The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed. Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown. These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them. These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me. What can I do for you, Captain? Goodbye. What can I do for you, Captain? Goodbye.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector. Edgewater's not too far. Just, now if you'll excuse me, I need...
not just anyone has chosen to enforce landing regulations, you know? I had to fill out 4 whole forms.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on about? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. Name's Silas. Junior in here. Definitely not. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town. Board-owned and renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their... 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig. He just is. Look, yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in... Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly... All right, maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about hope this and colony that, but you need to stop. Trouble's in the asking. Or don't much care for Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble?
He's working at the cannery.
they start asking you for some medicine, keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for...
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. Because I'm sick. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No, I don't know which company you work for. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple... Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble. That's kind of you to say. Company always tells us. Weak spirit. I'm feeling a touch.
At least I paid my gravesite fees.
What? That's odd. Put him down! Company ammo!
Please don't touch anything. Your physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness. So everyone says. I'm Conrad. You will also report to me in the event of your death. Whereupon I will clean... A ship? Dear me. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit. Vicar Maximilian. Our man from the O... You'll find him in our local church. Probably neglecting his duties. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. As broke as pie crust, friend. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I... With what? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. But frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been Not a bad idea. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to... Much ob...
Heard something outside the walls today.
Nothing for us outside those walls. You ought to know that. If you're falling sick, I don't want you...
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe. You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. I have every reason to be. I caught a real break work. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Music to my ears.
Latest report?
Just gotta keep our
Only
heads
the part
up.
that said we ain't making our quotas.
Carry on. If only...
I don't know you. Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. You really think so? That's... Guess I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Coming right up. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contract... Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice. Do you now? And what makes you... You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. It is a good thing. If you're not, go ahead. Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Most folk forget where they're standing. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that... Let me make something clear. I start gallivanting around outside the wall. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want... And be satisfied. I've said enough. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our... I don't see how that's any of your business. You're the first to ask after me in some time. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my... Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you... Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing my... Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong. And for that, they did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. Not so fast. I told you about my... So, what's your story? What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo. You're one of those freelancers, then? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to... What? No, I'm Winslow. Lester Winslow. I am in no... Yep. Got my mitt stuck in a rotor wheel. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5... Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a...
Just gotta keep... Sorry, I've got a lot to do.
don't have time for this.
Just gotta keep our heads up.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Past it.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminals. Know how to carry yourself. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? Mm-hmm. Shot you into space? You know, lying to a Spacer's Choice constable is a violation of... It is. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls... Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority. Any information regarding outstanding bounties and wanted criminals should be directed to Mr. Udom Bedford, Halcyon's original colony ship, now repurposed into a space station. Something else I can do for you? Interesting jumpsuit you've got. As long as your questions fall, if this is a setup to it, I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know that. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is something to report.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth. Shit. Silas still on about that. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I could do without the sarcasm. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Just between the two of us. I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacers. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers, in other words, Edgewater, would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of... Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, all I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene...
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
The grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your... I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wit.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer.
I beg your pardon. I can't let you have our power regulator. But there's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be... I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will... The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those... Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. That reason was me. I asked too much. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into faction...
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me... I mean, if that's all right with you, Miss...
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusted.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine...
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
If you could see your... Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is... Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larder. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us. Saltuna... Oh, we've scavenged together some organic, some of which possess a texture akin to a well... Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and I must. The burden of leadership... Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But losing Adelaide was the hardest. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and... Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my... If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't. It is not easy for me. Spacer's Choice is a family, and the survival of the family... That I cannot say. There was no moment... But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse, and increasingly... Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of... Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post. This is a Spacer's Choice town, where loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is... I'm trying to remember 25... I remember looking out this window. Times change. I wish you wouldn't say things like that. I expect you wouldn't understand. When I stand at my window and look out over my... We are all part of the Spacer's Choice.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. You got a minute? Sorry. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, that's what my dad...
Some hope. You some sort of freelancer?
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quarters to leave.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too
Our place in the
clean.
universe is fixed.
Hey.
Yes, what is it? You're announced, and Ms. Holcomb as well.
Just tagging along.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spirit, not to put too... Also, you lack the distinctive work. Pretty universal here.
It's just... There's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town. Yes, I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good... Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to... They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about... The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us. We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all... Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential. Well, first there's the matter of the secret. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb?
I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders. I can see why that Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. If it were as easy as a few If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on... One of the reasons I transferred here, I happen to know such a book is, as we... My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a... I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the... It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time. Not many in this colony could understand its truth. Thank you. Any progress on that? Please get it. A religious text deemed heretical because I'm also a collector of books. Rare. Any progress on that? Please get it. What would you like to discuss? They who are not satisfied with their... Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. I'm sorry you don't... What would you like to discuss?
Yeah, huh? That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of this. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent... Well, I don't know about Norm. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of... You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but real machines have... The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. Fixing the universe is a job for somebody...
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you around here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts up my spirits.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold heart, just my luck. Auto-mechanicals. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cow. I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna camp. Enlistment fees. Yeah, they have sent a scout. The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think that... Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just look! Mechanicals have been programmed to... First they will rob us of our jobs. And once they...
have my sights on.
Inside voices.
Sorry, I got a lot to do.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens here.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside. Oh, I cut my own hair.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of You know about Eugene? Huh? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of... That's unthinkable. Eugene's body... I can't ask Silas to dig...
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious...
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis in parent. It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a... We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene... I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater...
Something you need?
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Whoa, Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely... You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental... You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the... Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn for an expiring old man? There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger... I need you to break in. Nab that I'll do what I can. I tried medicating myself with Adrena. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable More like the company won't treat me because I'm not You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of... So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, law, it's in my... Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's what... Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit? Lovely to see you about.
Things going all right?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to...
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over... Oh.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. The night we were supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all... When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Let me know if you find anything. Yeah? Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Couldn't tell you. Ah, avoid it. Shouldn't have said that either. Hang on, work's been real good to me. Fresh air. Fancy threads. You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. Hey, yeah?
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own... You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you... Cantina, lavatory. Behind, sharp, ain't it? The lavatory. On the double, soldier. Don't want...
You're not a big drinker, are you? Here they come!